As far as night school for Kris Boyd, last night was a decent one. Welcome back to Fog Football. Nice 1, Rangers 4. It was going on more. But Kris Boyd, it's been a pretty poor season for the man. He can fire at the greatest comebacks of all time, but his team hasn't given it any ammunition. Alright? But last night, it was a good win, and Boyd has finally got a smile on his face because it's been doom and gloom for too long. And we all know about it. So yeah, accept it, celebrate it, but you know what? Prepare. You know, fail to prepare to fail. If you don't prepare for a bogging 1-0 victory against St Johnstone with like one shot on target across 93 minutes, then you are failing to prepare. But anyway, let's dive into Kris Boyd's comments and see what he said about Rangers. This is when he was speaking on Sky Sports, of course, you know. He was doing, I was going to say colour commentary. He wasn't, you know, side by side with good old JR commentating on Raw, but here he was commentating on it, and he said, and I quote, "Nice were very poor. I think you've got to give Rangers a lot of credit going away from home and scoring 4 goals. And by the way, it should have been 6 or 7. They had golden opportunities. Cyriel Dessers misses an absolute sitter at the end, but it was a good night for Rangers in Europe. They needed this, not only a result, but a good performance, a really good performance." End of quote. Yo, 6, 7, 8, whatever, man. Boyd's totally right. That's what it should have been. You know, the more you look at it, and the more you think of it. I mean, that's Cyriel Dessers' miss, man. I don't think enough people are talking about how bad that miss is. He chests it down and just balloon. No, I think there's a lot of times in football, right, where everyone on Twitter or, you know, in our comments, any video comments, or in real life, man, you're at the stadium, you're in the bar, whatever, you're like, you're on the plane, whatever, man, wherever you are, you're like, I could have scored that easy. This is one of those chances, man, where literally anyone would have done better. Anyone. See, if as long as you've got a pair of working legs, man, you would have done better here. All he had to do was put it to the right. The goalie has sold himself. The goalie goes the direction that Dessers is going. And even then, it's like, what is the excuse for not getting this on target and the goalie saving it, right? I mean, even then, it's not good enough. But the reality is, how's he not getting it at least on target? He's like 3-4 yards out, man. Absolutely mental. Absolutely disgraceful, folks, from Cyriel Dessers. And it's another thing that should cement his place out of the team. Boyd did go on to say, and I quote, "That is what Philippe Clement got from his team. It was really poor defending from Nice, but Rangers won't care. To go away from home and score 4 goals, and it should have been more, they will be delighted. Clement will probably just be thinking to himself, why can't I get this level of performance at home, domestically and at Ibrox? It just seems like 2 different teams." End of quote. Well, you know what? You know what? You pick the same team, right? You pick the same team that you picked here. No excuses, no changes, and then if they don't deliver, there is a problem. All right. You know, there is no excuses, folks, anymore for what's happening. All right, there really ain't. It's got to be done. It's got to be had. Rangers, we've got to kick on for this, and I'm not going to get my hopes up, all right, because as you can clearly see, what happened the last time out against FCSB, you win 4-0. You know, you beat FCSB. No, you beat them 4-0. Sorry, you beat Malmo 2-0. We didn't kick on. You beat Ross County 6-0. You didn't kick on. The better performances of this season, they haven't been followed up with something of equal par or anywhere near it. So I'm not going to get my hopes up. It would be idiotic for me to get my hopes up here, folks. All right, it just would be. So again, like I said previously, I want months of consistent football like this. I don't want one game every blue moon to be like this. We're Rangers Football Club. This needs to be the norm. This needs to be every week. You know, it should be you play 25 games, you play great in 24, and you might not play so great in 1. It feels like at the minute it's the opposite, and that is unacceptable, man. Anyway, good night for Rangers. Good night for Kris Boyd. Good night for everybody. Connect it to Scottish football. The coefficient. We're safe. Do you hear that, Jack? We're safe. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.